Hola, hola, hola. ¿Qué tal, gente? Vamos a seguir con Disco Elysium. Veréis, teníamos aquí las misiones actualmente y la gran mayoría necesitamos a Kim o es al día siguiente cuando vuelva para tener el coche disponible, para poder ver lo que ha pasado de la autopsia y todo eso. De clases con él también. Todo. Casi todo es con él. Así que estoy pensando, son las 11 exactamente. Ahora mismo no están tampoco aquí estos para poder contarles lo de la pasma y todo eso. Así que estoy pensando que lo mejor va a ser dormir. Esperar y que venga Kim ya por la mañana. Mañana nos va a abrir un montón de cosas. El hecho de que esté Kim y hoy nos sobra tiempo, mañana nos va a faltar. Ya veréis. Así que vamos para allá.
It's getting cold, this late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Yes. Entra en la casa. De esto nada más, ¿verdad? Ya estamos afeitados y todo.
On the table, you see a bowl.
Aquí no
An old
pedía
mirror
nada
hangs
más.
on the wall.
Ok.
You see the reflection of your face in it.
Hay que mejorar la enciclopedia. Bueno.
The bed is comforting.
Estoy pensando, si me pongo algo que me dé enciclopedia. He estado aquí mirando a ver si teníamos algún objeto para interactuar, que se me hubiera olvidado. Pero nada. Si nos ponemos algo que nos dé uno de enciclopedia, ¿contaría eso como para volver a intentarlo? Me imagino que no, porque si no podríamos estarlo quitando y poniendo todo el rato, ¿no? Realmente digo, parece que no tenemos nada de enciclopedia. Mira, de enciclopedia. ¿Qué gafas llevamos? Visión espacial y teatralidad. Enciclopedia y percepción.
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
No. Pues visión espacial, ¿cuánto llevamos? Es que no sé, porque teatralidad no tengo ni idea. A ver. Teatralidad 7. Visión espacial 5. Enciclopedia 8. Nos va a saltar mucho. Podemos ponernos un punto más a visión espacial. O a sugestión. Y quedarnos con esas gafas puestas. Tienen bastante más enciclopedia. Creo que es lo que voy a hacer. Poner el punto ese. Ah, no, ganábamos uno de visión espacial, perdíamos uno de teatralidad. Ok, teatralidad, ¿cómo está? Estoy perdiendo esta teatralidad. Teatralidad 7. Lo teníamos en 8. Está bastante bien. Es la que teníamos más fuerte. Por eso tenemos la corona. Nos quedamos así. Podemos poner una visión espacial. Guardarla, poner la sugestión. No sé, la verdad. No sé. Por ahora vamos a guardar el punto. Vamos a dejar estas equipadas, ¿vale? Porque como tenemos lo de que los chismes de enciclopedia nos dan, no sé si era dinero o experiencia o ambas. Los vamos a dejar
The
puestas.
bed
Vamos a
is
mimir.
comforting.
A
If
mimir.
the bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Oscura costa mis cojones. Sé lo que es esto.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately?
Sí, no.
Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
Bueno, podría decirse que hemos asesinado a nuestro anterior yo.
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people. And then forgets about it.
Así que soy un asesino y eso es malo.
Hear that? He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him.
Me gusta mucho la musiquita
Blackwater,
triste esta que sale.
under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
¿Qué pasa?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
¿Por qué me haces esto? Yo solo quiero dormir. Mira, la oscuridad ya la veo.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
¿El último sueño?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
No pillo ninguna de estas dos respuestas. Ernie se impregnará del olor de los albaricoques.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
No parece que vaya a estar bien.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Ok. Ya me había olvidado de eso, pero creí que ya la habíamos examinado, ¿eh? Moral recuperada. Es que visión espacial la veo importante, pero realmente la usa poco. Podemos contar aquí que ya hemos encontrado el arma, todo lo del concurso de meadas. Buenos días, Kim. Tenemos mucho de lo que hablar.
Yes?
Descubrí lo que era el pálido.
Wonderful. What is your takeaway?
¿No te sorprende?
I can't stop a grown man from learning about the fundamental geographic and anthropogenic features of our world, can I?
Perhaps I should have tried, he thinks. Perhaps I was overprotective, is what's insinuated.
Parece irreal.
It all seems unreal, detective. In actuality, the pale is no more unreal than, say, water or death. Or that we are stuck behind our eyes, between our own ears, talking. Excuse me, large topics are not my forte. You seem stable enough. Keep it that way.
Vale.
Now, was there anything else, or should we get to it?
Quiero
What
hablar
about
de
me?
ti. Vale, quería preguntarle lo del concurso de meadas.
What? This? Where is this going? Interesting. I think it's called the brain.
It's no mere brain.
Esto.
Okay, Art Cup. I do not harbor a sentiment for revolutionary air brigades in particular.
Entonces las brigadas aéreas en general.
Okay, I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force.
Vale. ¿Estás seguro de que la palabra revolucionaria no tiene cabida en esto?
Absolutely nothing.
The revolutionary must have added a little luster to it for a 10-year-old Kitsuragi. He will never admit it, though.
Nada de
I've
nada.
noticed. I say this from a purely tactical standpoint.
It is not from a purely tactical standpoint. We are not ruling out that the lieutenant had a little rebel phase in that past of his.
Mi mente está satisfecha.
Good.
Así hacemos un poco de tiempo porque lo de llamar desde el coche es cuando en horario cuando está abierto.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are
Las
they?
gafas molan.
They are mostly just cumbersome.
Algo secreto
No.
sobre ti. Vale.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you. It's like you're locked down.
¿Qué me está pasando?
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
Nosotros también tenemos autoridad. ¿Qué puede hacer al
Nothing.
respecto?
You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
Vale.
If the lieutenant were an E, fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good
RCM
of the
es MCR.
investigation.
Bueno, claro que está en inglés.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
¿Alguna vez hablas contigo mismo?
What do you mean?
Pues cuando piensas, ¿alguna vez tienes conversaciones con tu cerebro?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Está subiendo la música altísimo, que casi no se le oye a ellos hablar.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
Ok.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by
Estoy de
yourself.
acuerdo.
The lieutenant produces his familiar mnemotechnique. That's where his, we all have our different needs.
Good. Let's
Voy a moverme un pelín a otra zona a ver si así la música cesa. Me parece que no vamos a tener esa suerte, ¿eh? ¿Qué queréis que os
Yes.
diga? Del caso,
What do you want to know?
ahora que se ha examinado la escena, me gustaría saber más sobre la competición de meadas que mencionaste.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
¿Qué clase de estupidez?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Entonces una pugna sobre quién controla a Martínez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness.
Déjalo ciego.
On the somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are two columns. One says cases solved. The other confirmed kills.
Cerrar los
The
ojos.
rows are endless.
Comisaría 41.
Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name? Then your brothers have left you.
Ujú. Pensé que tenías 104 casos
Well,
resueltos.
technically, the official record keeper has been known to double count murder-suicides.
Ujú.
A common accounting gimmick used to inflate precinct stats.
Sigues siendo un buen policía, ¿verdad?
I'm good enough for this case. I'm not here to compete. I came because I had to. My fellow officers, the sergeants in particular, would have made this scene into a circus.
Ha estado solo un día fuera y la verdad es que lo he echado de menos. ¿Qué tiene especial Martínez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Me pregunto qué dice esto sobre mí, el haber sido enviado por mi comisaría. Una lección de estilo. Un personaje apocalíptico enviado por mi pueblo. Una máquina resuelve casos. Voy a dejar sin especificar por qué me
The
enviaron.
silence carries.
Apocalíptico.
Oh no, it's very imaginable. Local law enforcement solving one little homicide.
Vale, ya vale de
Yes,
competición.
it's a wholly pointless matter.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
¿Por qué me envió la 41? 83.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
Esto tiene más sentido. No, eso no puede ser.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Vamos a decirle la verdad. Me han asignado este caso porque soy un desastre, en plan coña.
I've considered it.
Así que es verdad.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
¿Por qué?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who policies Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
¿De verdad me ves con una apuesta segura?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet.
También ha venido el capitán y todo a la ciudad, o sea que algo le interesará de que haga las cosas bien.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia.
Vamos a preguntarle por qué me
Excuse
sigue.
me?
Nada, solo era una
You have
observación.
a distinctive way of walking.
Pero
If I
no,
were to walk in front of you,
no le había
I'd surely
preguntado
collide.
eso porque sonaba como un poco feo. ¿Qué quieres decir con
I
peculiar?
hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation.
Son de
In
Jamrock.
57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st
Como la
precinct
habilidad.
tend to move a bit erratically.
O sea, como el pensamiento ese que nos podemos poner. ¿Cómo dices?
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence.
Prioriza los
It's erratic
contenedores.
yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
Entonces vale.
He's simply not. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Vale, diría que por aquí estamos. Ah, bueno.
Yes? What
Del
do you want to know?
caso. Formación preliminar.
You mean like a brief? There's no 3 days during that time. Okay then.
Lo
Was
que
there anything
queríamos
else you wanted to know? Good.
era ver si nos iba a contar algo. Si, a ver, es que realmente ha llevado el cuerpo al forense. No creo que en el día le diga al forense tal, tal y tal. Vale, vamos. A más cosas, a más cosas. Volvemos para atrás que así nos podemos tepear. Claro, ¿a dónde nos tepeamos? Esa es otra. Podemos ir a entregar a Pasma al muchacho este. Eso... Lo de la estación que era a partir de las 9.
The Coppernado is back.
Vale.
What do you want?
What are you buying? What are you selling? Hay una señora en estado catatónico en la vieja lonja abandonada. Al otro lado de la bahía. Necesito ayuda.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Sí. Ya, nunca habría imaginado a una gente decir sí. Te lo digo. Y sipi. Pero no soy un agente.
God, poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Coorong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been...
Hey, wasn't Everott's B team looking for her the other day? They
Equipo B.
said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Ujú.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
No, ya no.
Whatever you do, Do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Vale. No tenía nada que fuera
No.
mío.
Well, whatever then, copper.
No.
Hay que fiarse de...
They totally said what it was. What was it?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Tío, una moña de cojones.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
Vale. ¿Cómo se llama? O sea, ya tenemos esto, pero podemos conseguir información
Antila
adicional.
plant. We all
Quítale.
Marianne, amigo.
Mariana Amigo le planta. Marianne le planta.
anything else you wanted
¿Quién
to
era?
boss? Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago.
Les ayudó cuando
Never
eran
come
jóvenes.
to visit. Never took her
Les cae bien.
calls. She gets out every now and
Aunque
then.
esté mayorica y esté...
She
vale.
did right
Me
by
recuerda
lots of us when we were kids.
Peaky Blinders, la profesora de cuando eran niños, Arthur y todos estos.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then.
Bueno, pero buenas tetungas de vieja tiene, ¿eh?
The children kept her together.
¿Cómo llegó hasta ese punto?
Ket wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Ser policía es una profesión respetable, señor.
Respectable professions don't shoot kids, cerdo.
Yo tampoco,
Easy there.
por ahora. Casi lo
Sit
hago,
down.
casi disparo a
We
uno,
got
pero...
one of our own to take care of, so let's not get worked up.
Yo no he sacado tanto equipamiento policial, no os voy a decir una mierda.
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head.
Es como un recuerdo.
Shit. Who'd want those?
No problemo.
Sure enough, we're the real heroes.
Vale, venga, majo. Está bien, sigue con tus pajas mentales. Eso, no me dejaba huir de la conversación. El número de la víctima. La responsabilidad. Esto lo de la antena no sé dónde es. Esa pública creo que habrá que esperar un poco más. Voy a ver si está la tipa. En realidad sería más rápido mirar desde aquí fuera a ver si está en el balcón. En teoría estaba hasta las 11, pero no sé si está desde por la mañana, ¿sabéis? Sí. Vamos a preguntarle porque había cosas que requeríamos aquí en Maquio. Bueno, ha pasado un día nuevo. Este jambo sigue sin hablar, solo está aquí. Es raro. Vamos a hablar con esta gente por si acaso dijeran algo.
Again? I can't believe this shit. I'm going to say no. God.
None of this. Okay. I was clear.
Yes.
Nada. En el capítulo anterior ya vimos todo esto. Aquí seguro que le hubiera gustado verlo. Pero bueno, voy a guardar por si acaso. Fallemos un 90 y algo, algo de eso. Por si acaso.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
Nota secreta, preguntas personales. Aquí hemos terminado con la autopsia y queremos hacer unas preguntas sobre el...
Let's see. I wrote down the nickname Lelystad. We have questions that might help solve some gaps in our field autopsy. I'm sure my colleague has a few.
También le podemos preguntar por lo de los tatuajes. Si encuentro la opción.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Vale. ¿Dónde se encuentra la lista? El lugar, quiero decir. Vamos a ir preguntando todo. Cuanta más información, mejor.
In Oranje,
Ujú.
officer.
Doranje eran los
I think
tatuajes esos que decían de los
municipality is the
marinos.
term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs
Más
and
XP,
even
más
fewer
dinerito.
cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald.
Qué bien viene
Executive summary.
ese
Cows,
pensamiento, macho. Que ayuda
silos,
muchísimo.
and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Mira, era clase. ¿Erais amos de Orange?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Ujú. ¿Has pensado cambiarte a otra compañía?
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
No love for Muta Aranye? Wasn't he a soldier?
Ujú. ¿Un militar que no es un soldado? Digo que no es un patriota.
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
A flash of rage comes over you. The words have already left your mouth.
No nos deja elegir otra cosa. Un mercenario deshonroso. El Estado debería haber hurgado en su pecho en busca de furia patriótica antes de entrenar.
Had he passed that test, we wouldn't have gotten along. Come to think of it, maybe it was our hateful
Bueno,
Oranje
lo
that
bueno
brought
es
us
que ahora
together.
tenemos 5 y 4 de vida. Por mejorar las esas.
I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me too.
¿Cuántos años tenía?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Ujú.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
Antes de que muramos. No sabía que esto era una competición, Kim.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery or darts.
Pero va de acertar y no de fallar.
That's to pinball for me.
He ganado
I
al
just like to
pinball.
get autopsies right on the first try.
He ganado al pinball,
Well,
Kim.
well.
No te lo vas a creer. Me han dado un logro por ello.
He's lying.
¿Color de ojos?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring.
Ujú.
It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth.
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Me parece que se enamoró de Frankenstein.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember.
Porque nosotros ya nos sonreímos y no sería muy parecida a nuestra cara.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Ponía brillantina para oscurecerlo. No es al revés, ¿no? ¿Qué decir vale el nombre? No es un experto en brillantina. Tenía un tatuaje, ¿significaba algo? ¡Ea!
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
Te gustaba.
Quite a lot, yes.
Era un mapa fluvial de Orange.
Sure, waterways.
Cantarillado.
It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
¿Cómo?
How?
Me interesa, me interesa.
Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Oranese lit?
Literatura en orangense.
Yes. This is the very essence of what unease lit. A moment's respite, dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands.
No sé, no.
And the woman
Podría
goes
tanto.
like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths."
El único hardcore es cabeza huevo, ¿eh?
And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
En esta ocasión fuiste tú la mujer impresionada.
Oh, yeah.
¿Podrías explicarnos su significado exacto? Pasar la foto. No sé si... Bueno, ha estado viendo el cuerpo varios días. No creo que la foto le
No, thank
afecte.
you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Bueno, pues dinos.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
No, es una historia muy agradable.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Creo que ya hemos exprimido toda esta línea de interrogatorio.
All right.
Tenemos la info y otro nivelico.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
No nos ha mejorado esto. Vamos a probar, tenemos un 72.
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women. Get a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look past the sexually lax morals and do some police work.
Nos ha otorgado sordidos detalles que las mujeres suelen ocultar. Ah, vale.
So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example. Who is this personhood picking these seditious options? Can't you see the detective grows weary of your malcontent? Stop staring at her eyes and say something. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Vale, al menos por ahora. Necesitamos más teatralidad. Esta no la vamos a intentar. Vale, aquí tenemos nuestras cositas.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42.
Eso dijo ella.
Below the damage,
That's what she
the
said.
weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
¿A dónde quieres ir a parar? Ah, que nosotros estamos muy jodidos también y parecemos más viejos.
How old are you?
No sabía.
That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Kim, ¿cuántos años me echarías?
Huh?
Queda aparento.
How old?
58.
58.
Quizás te equivoques, ya te has pasado antes con el fiambre. Era mucho más joven.
He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
Los estragos de Algul son casi tan extremos.
There's silence. Then, here it comes.
Sure, you're 42. Let's go?
Wait. This requires scientific
Cierto es.
measurements.
Dale caña, no me asusta la verdad.
To the laboratorium.
Generador de fechas de fechas de nacimiento. ¿Se llama? Ah, esta la habíamos dejado empezada, puede ser. ¿O no? Es que no lo sé por qué iba a estar marcada. Igual es porque es la última que marcamos. Generador de fechas de... ¡Hola! Tarda un cojón. Darme un segundo, voy a buscarlo en la internet. Stock cabinet. Y a ver cómo han traducido esto. Generador de fechas de nacimiento. Ok, vamos a ver qué sale. Generador de fechas de nacimiento. Date of birth generator. Ok, bastante normal.
Date of birth generator.
A ver. Lógica nos sube a 4 y -1. -1 de dificultad a todas las pasivas de física. Oye, no está mal, ¿no? -1 difficulty. No es... Nos quita uno de todas. Pero claro, es un cojón de tiempo, ¿verdad? Un cojón de tiempo. También es pronto. Podríamos ponerlo. Venga, va. No sé si me voy a arrepentir. Interioriza esta. 7 putas horas. Madre de Dios. 7 y 8. 15 a las 3. Vale. ¿Qué más tenemos por aquí? La cámara del dispare. Esto ponía que tardarás. O sea que por eso no. La radio corta para rastrear el número de serie. Y el cadáver. Vamos al coche.
Two neon lit shapes.
No quería darle ahí. Es ahí. Es distinta escalera. Distinto cachico de escalera. Vale, pues vamos para allá. Aquí ya lo hemos mirado todo. Porque os acordáis, por bañarnos no nos cobraban y lo de limpiar la chaqueta era con la señorita mayor de la aldea pesquera. Eso también lo hicimos. Vamos a usar tu radio de onda corta. Mira, iba a preguntar, ¿seguirán los mataos estos aquí?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a
Y lo de
radio
siempre.
microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
¿Podrías rastrearme el número de serie de un par de botas blindadas?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
Vale, fabricante es Mayweather, el modelo de la armadura, el T500V.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow.
Mañana.
Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Joder. ¿Alguna noticia?
No. And I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else?
Vale. La biblioteca es a las 10.
We should
Ok.
try again.
Anything else, detective?
Eso es todo por ahora.
In the cabin, you
Entonces, ¿qué quieren? Tiene que girar de
That
otra
ride
vez.
is fucking lightning.
Así es.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
Ujú. Pero a ver, has impuesto autoridad. Es que si esto sigue muy baja. ¿Qué sería? Instinto. ¿No sabéis por casualidad qué pasó con la armadura de la víctima?
Nope.
Don't tell him that. Skulls don't tattle, man. Cindy wouldn't.
¿Dónde podría encontrar a tal Cindy?
You already said she's a skull. The last
Y
I
sé
saw
dónde
her,
estaba.
she was hanging around the old apartment building.
Claro, pero
near the
no,
pier.
no sé por qué se lo tengo que preguntar a
Don't
esto.
tell her you
Encuentra
heard it
los
from piss
guantes.
and fuck, alright? I think she wanted those gloves for
Okay.
herself.
all right? We have a lead on the gloves.
Vale. Vamos ahí, hay que hacer tiempo hasta las 10. Tenemos instinto y escalofríos. Amenaza a la gente. Es que realmente no lo hacemos, tío. Lo hacemos más con autoridad, eso.
Hello again, officer.
¿Sabes algo acerca de la armadura del ahorcado?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
¿Acaso una armadura no es arte? ¿Arte para el cuerpo?
All right, Piggy. I'll give you this one.
Mocosa.
I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with
La
military
hermana
grade
de los dos
handwear.
chavales.
Look cute
Creo
as
que no hay
hell.
nadie más joven allí.
Could that girl have been little Lily?
Ujú.
It's not a bad place to start.
Conozco a una niña de la aldea, la pequeña Lily.
Could have been her. Small kid with giant white armored hands.
There weren't any other small girls in the village.
Eso es lo que estaba pensando. Param. Viniendo hacia aquí para el TP. Ahora la niña no nos quiere dar, entonces tenemos que persuadirla. ¡Pam! Quedo.
Hello, mister.
Un segundo.
Is that the phasmid?
¿Dónde?
It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
Inclinado hacia la pared. ¿En qué pared estás? ¿De qué pared hablas? ¿Dónde está el fásmido?
Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
No te vas a dejar engañar otra vez. Te vas a quedar ahí tranquilo a observar ese falso fásmido hasta que veas lo que realmente es. He dicho inclinarse en la pared.
It's not the phasmid. It's not even
Un
organic.
atizador.
It's a fire iron. How disappointing. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Mister.
Había un fásmido.
What were you doing in my
Intentaba
fireplace?
intentar.
Oh.
Me habló una niña que tenía unos guantes de
Okay.
armadura. ¿Eres tú?
Oh, I had gloves.
Tenía.
Very
Pasado.
big ones.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek in an empty house.
En una casita. Pues
Well,
a la
no one
casita no
lives.
llega solo, ¿eh?
I think someone hid them there.
Exacto, exacto.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
Ah, bueno. ¿Y dónde están los guantes ahora?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. Bye!
Vale. Igual con un poco de mano podemos cogerlo sin reventar el castillo. Creo que ya lo estoy viendo. Ah, no. Es que veía aquí algo... Aquí.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Alcanzar las catacumbas y sacar el objeto brillante.
The walls and
Tenemos el
floors
guante.
give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then.
Me lo quiero
You're
quedar,
doing
me lo vas
good
a
on the
quitar
armor
también.
collection front.
Dos a conectividad. ¿Qué llevamos ahora mismo justo aquí? Uno a conectividad. Es un improve. Ahí, que parezcamos un Stormtrooper. Ah, no tenemos nada más con lo que interactuar. Ok, tenemos esa parte. No son las 10, ¿verdad? No, ni de lejos. El arma del crimen, esto hay que esperar. Paseo hasta las 10. Pregunta por Ruby. Es lo del mural, tío. Esto es más adelante. Lingotazo y hora del karaoke. Esto es esta noche. Vale, pues voy al mural. No lo vamos a sacar. Pero igual nos da otra opción. En este juego te lo dicen al principio. No hay opciones malas. Acostúmbrate a fallar. Así que vamos a probar.
The once bright
Escalofríos.
mural
Hostia.
towers above you, saying,
83.
saying, fell even though you're sure you succeeded. All is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
¿Qué estoy haciendo aquí?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before?
No.
Is it in your secret
Pero sé que
protocol?
puedes hablar con el espíritu de la ciudad, por así decirlo. Cuando te subes lo de escalofríos y todo eso, lo de ser como mucho más paranormal, mucho más místico. Mira, el teniente, podría estar en cualquier sitio. ¿Cómo vamos a encontrarla?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
Vale. Si eso no funciona, si no la encontramos,
Then, if we're desperate,
a
we
lo
can
largo de
look
la
where
costa.
we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Hay un búnker ahí arriba también.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look
Aquí hablemos con
already got you.
la ciudad, claro, escalofríos.
Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
Vale. Escucha el viento otra vez.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
¿A dónde lleva?
In through the collapsed
Tejado de
roof,
ruido.
flowing down a concrete staircase
La
to the
escalera de hormigón.
basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then
Entramado de
the beach
túneles.
below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels.
Creo que hay túneles
whisper away.
debajo de donde estaba. No sé si es la parte, se refiere a la parte esa en la que no podemos entrar de aquí, de este lado de la costa, o de donde el principio del juego, donde estaba el soldado y su compañero jugando a la petanca. Y ahí creo que había túneles o algo de eso.
She's down there.
Está debajo. Bajo el edificio.
Okay. Why?
Me lo ha hecho el viento.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building.
Es la primera
Oh,
vez
God,
que
as you
escucho escalofríos, o que me doy cuenta.
Finally, my time to shine.
Hay una escalera junto al cartel. A lo mejor podríamos subir por ella y entrar por el tejado.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
Bueno, pero es poli, tío.
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
Faltan algunos
Some of the
peldaños.
rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Evaluar la situación.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp.
Si es accesible, nos subimos a algún punto en lo que nos pida. Si es muy descabellado, no.
In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground, and you're 180?
1,80.
Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead,
Entonces, ¿qué?
what if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
¿Y si no lo escalo y si me teletransporto?
Teleportation is not a thing.
¿Dónde está tu espíritu aventurero? El teletransporte es una opción. Pero hay que concentrarse mucho, claro. Transmisión instantánea.
This really has nothing to do with
No me
adventure.
haría daño
We are
probar.
dealing with
Puede que
basic
sí.
physics. Oh yes, it could hurt a lot.
Ya, pero bueno.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now.
Hemos visto a Tiago escalar. Es 58. Voy a subir un punto. A Warfare. Tenemos 2. ¿A cuánto nos pone esto?
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
72.
To the
Teletransporto.
rooftop. All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first
De
rung
puta
of
madre.
the
Todavía nos
ladder.
podemos ir al suelo, ¿eh?
All you need to is
Verlo. Wait.
zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
No de gobernarte quedarte plantado con postre de maestro samarano.
You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
Todavía más difícil, ¿eh?
The wind at the top of the building
Nos hemos
starts
teletransportado.
howling loudly,
Lo siento, Kim.
blowing away the lieutenant's voice.
Si me dejas se lo cambio en el cuaderno, que ponga que me teletransporta.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring with a backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Si lo dices tan bajo no te oigo desde aquí arriba. Dale esto. No digo soporte central destruido a causa del fuego de artillería. ¿Aquí se puede ir? No, no me deja ni clicar. Y son las 9. Dentro de una hora podemos ir al otro. Podemos seguir bajando. La misma musiquita que cuando entramos en la zona maldita. Apenas se distingue el exterior. Vale, me vais a dar un segundo porque tengo que ir a por agua. Ha habido una subida de temperatura de 10 grados de ayer a hoy. Y entonces estoy que me muero de calor. Aquí hay algo. Por una postal. Las postales. Muy apurado tienes que ir de pasta, ¿no? Para venderlas porque no te dan una mierda. Mucha costa, mucho globo. Esto nos da un poquito de experiencia cada uno, o sea que... Adelante. Mobiliario de oficina anticuado del siglo pasado, tal vez. Derrumbamiento casi se da ya al sótano, apenas se puede cruzar. No. Ah. Es por donde hemos pasado. ¿Cómo coño hemos pasado por ahí? Arrastrándonos. Una mesa volcada cubierta de moho naranja rebosante de algo. Lefa. Obviamente. Voy a abrirle. Porque quiero que esté conmigo. Anda ahí. Lo vemos. ¿Quién anda ahí?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
Empujar las placas a los lados y abrir la puerta. No me trates de tonto que soy Super Saiyan.
You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
¿Cómo ha llegado
After
aquí?
you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance.
Debajo de la
under the
pasarela.
boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain.
Vale.
It was easy to miss before.
Está bien saberlo porque no lo había
He's
visto.
quite proud of himself.
Al menos ahora conocemos una forma rápida de entrar y salir.
Yes, we have an exit. So let's get going. Time to investigate these passages.
El carro está lleno de carpetas antiguas y documentos llenos de moho. Un montón de paneles de cristal gruesos y polvorientos. Una sugestión, chaqueta intersolarista. Interisolaria. También podía haber armas por aquí, y esto es muy antiguo. A la luz de la linterna descubres una grieta en la pared. Menos mal que teníamos puesta la linterna, porque no se me hubiera ocurrido. Bueno, si no se veía nada así, tampoco soy tan tonto. Huele a rancio y tejido viejo. Hace meses y no años que aquí no duerme nadie. Nuevo punto de habilidad. Hay una propaganda de reformular folletos y panfletos antiguos. Tenemos un puntico más, ¿no? Tenemos ahora 2. Acabamos de subir. Del level... Me gustaría saber cuál es mi nivel total. Ollas y platos polvorientos cubiertos de telarañas.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A black
Vamos a quitarle el
year's
polvo.
worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and
Igual era por si no
sideburns,
sabíamos
look silly.
reconocerlo a la primera. Es que es más sólido de los traidores
Some
asesinos.
radical or radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
¿Hace tiempo cuánto?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
Este búnker. O sea, que este búnker puede estar conectado con el otro búnker. Que lo ha llamado búnker. Que vienen todos esos alijos de armas y búnkeres
We have
secretos.
found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Quizá debería mudarme aquí, parece conserjedor. No, realmente. ¿Podría estar relacionado con el busto de Mazov que encontramos en la habitación del estudiante?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected.
Quizás debería
Besides,
quedarme aquí.
that looked like some student. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're
Ah,
through
vale.
with this case.
¿Alguien podría haberse quedado aquí hace poco?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
La misma ventana estrecha que viste desde el exterior. No sé qué es exterior.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary?
Ojo, que igual no
This does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shooting out of.
es...
Outside the window, another day. The beach sand soaks up the
El
drizzling
asesino podría haber
rain.
usado esto de escondites. Si necesitamos visión espacial, me pongo un punto más.
It's a great place to hide, and Mazovianism and murder are certainly not mutually exclusive.
Ujú.
But there hasn't been anyone here. in
Eso es
ages.
cierto. No habría polvo si alguien se ha colocado aquí. No alcanzo a ver el Willing Rags. El disparo no procede de aquí.
Indeed. No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough.
The lieutenant's voice betrays a slight disappointment, which he glosses over by reasserting control.
In fact, I think we're done with this bunker. After you, officer.
Bueno, hay más cosas, ¿eh? Esto no lo hemos mirado y ¿para qué más cosas? ¿Qué es esto? Socioeconomía mazoviana. Me lo voy a quedar, pero no sé eso para qué me funciona. ¿Para algo muy específico, quizás? Huellas de bota en la arena, una suela parece más desgastada que la otra. ¿Puede ser que use estos búnkeres la de los camiones? Hay algo en el aire, un zumbido antinatural. A ver, estamos cerca de la iglesia. El túnel se ha derrumbado, tendrás que encontrar otro camino. Vale, es por aquí. Fuerzan a ir por aquí. Ok, sí, aquí están las pisadas. El zumbido está haciéndose más fuerte. Puede que acabemos debajo de la iglesia o debajo de...
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Teniente, ¿sientes algo?
No. What do you mean?
Un dolor, un extraño hormigueo.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there,
Ujú.
and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Yo también las he visto. Huellas como en la suela derecha
Looks
desgastada.
like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
¿Qué quieres
Once
decir?
we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Tenemos que comprobar el número de
You
especies.
think we should finish running it now?
It's a minor point.
Vale.
Don't worry too much
¿Cómo de
about
mal
this.
crees que se pueden poner las cosas?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city...
Let's try not to. If you can't predict it.
Vale, hemos averiguado el plan de obras para tomar el puerto. Quizá deberíamos informar a
I
Joyce.
leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's
No estamos
dangerous,
seguros,
but
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
Pero, ¿por qué no me dices el pero?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Ok. ¿Acaso? Lo voy a poner en la derecha porque me imagino que seremos...
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying.
Me imagino que seremos
It's like an
diestros.
extension of your arm. The polished wooden handle almost fuses
Imagínate que por tener el dedo izquierdo dispares al teniente. Creo que mi mano la reconoce.
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. This gun, Sunrise Parabellum, would be
Sunrise
the only
Parabellum.
thing standing between you and the all-consuming nothingness that threatens to eat the world. Sheathe it and wait, Herald. It won't be long now.
Ok. No. Debería haber balas. Teníamos 2 o 3, ¿no? 2 balas. Un segundo. Hay objetos. Y no es que podamos investigar. Los de investigar salen aquí. Vaya piparda, ¿eh? Son como las que tenía Lucard. Venga, vamos a ello. Uf, estoy acojonado. ¿Qué queréis que os diga? Va a ser hacia arriba lo que haya que encontrar, así que vamos a empezar por abajo. Tubo de hormigón enterrado en polvo y arena. Algo de dineruskins. Y algo más de dineruskins.
Suddenly, your entire
Ruby la
body is
instigadora.
paralyzed. Aggressive white noise
Ay, no.
fills your skull.
Está usando el haki del conquistador.
Like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
Es Ruby.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you.
Pero no le queda más
but she
remedio.
has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your ear canals. Wait.
Esta parte de los
buddy. That's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Vale. Quedas detenida.
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
¿Qué me está
I'm
pasando?
using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing.
La frecuencia ULAN.
It's the ULAN.
Puede ser lo de la iglesia.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Vi tus ecuaciones. Esto es la frecuencia ULAN.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through
Sí.
my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do.
Right behind you, officer.
Son muy verdes. A Kim no le haces daño, ¿eh? Te voy a pegar un tiro en el cráneo, pero sin remordimientos. A Kim no se le toca.
Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the Pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
A mí me podía pegarle un tiro en la pierna, pero en la pierna o en el brazo, si le dan una arteria, son 30 segundos, pierdes el conocimiento y luego te mueres. Desangrado.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Sí, esto es como lo de cuando los tiránidos invaden un planeta.
Precisely. This is an industrial
Esto es lo que le pasa a los Psychers cuando los tiránidos invaden.
Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large
Que va a ser escalofríos, ¿no? Nos va a meter otra hostia o algo de eso.
Specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just
hazla hablar y puede que tengas una oportunidad de liberarte, ¿vale? ¿Cómo le echaste el guante
I
así?
built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
¿Lo has experimentado en tus carnes?
I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Vale, me quedaré así para siempre.
Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end.
Todo esto está muy bien, pero hablemos del hombre
Yeah,
asesinado.
let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Tengo la pipa en la mano.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Se piensa que somos como los mercenarios que han venido. ¿Podrías bajarlo para que pueda preguntarte algo?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Puerta de colchón.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Ya, pero yo la tengo fuera. A ti no te la ve en la mano, así que no me hagas el truco juego, ¿eh?
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not
Diferente a la de la momento.
well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Think just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
Pues ya no habrá más preguntas, vale. Umbral de dolor. Tenemos 2 puntos. Voy a poner un umbral de dolor. Ha subido a 72. ¿Cómo sabías que veníamos?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
Escondiendo las balas debajo de los tablones.
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
No te delato y sobre la lavandera.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
¿Por qué escondiste la bala?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
Eso es cierto.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency.
Estoy por ponerle otro punto. ¿Disparaste a Lely?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
No podemos, estamos en conversación, no podemos ponernos ropa que nos dé eso
Who
del dolor.
ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
No tenemos opción de no decírselo, así que... Tiene razón, fue Flash, ella fue la primera en compartir sus sospechas.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Tu primer intento no ha ido muy desencaminado.
Titus and his boys, man. They told us you were on the coast.
Even now, Kim is a paragon of professionalism. He is trying to make a clean cut of telling her she was betrayed.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like...
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Espera, ¿no fuiste tú quien me llamó a abrelar a su mano? No es nada personal. Sí que lo
I
sabré.
did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them a little.
A base de preguntas y tengo algunas para ti. Pura potra. No, lo hicimos a base de preguntas. Hicimos el trabajo policial bien.
Like what? I already told you
Que no
I
la
didn't
tiene en la
do it.
mano, no me mientas. En la mano la tengo yo. Bueno, ahora mismo no.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case.
Todavía quiere dar explicaciones, ok. ¿Dirías que Lily es una persona agradable?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
¿Sentías como la protectora del sindicato?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I don't think she's perjuring herself. She didn't hate him, okay?
¿No sientes simpatía por los mercenarios?
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
Tengo tres
I'm
preguntas.
listening.
¿Tienes coartada para cuando dispararon a la Lily?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
Hubo 15 minutos que no pudieron explicar.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Nuestra investigación ha demostrado que 15 minutos fue tiempo más que suficiente para cometer el asesinato.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
¿Juegas mucho al pinball?
No. Not since I was 14.
Igual no lo ha pillado o igual es que no ha ido por ahí. Hay algunas máquinas del pinball. Nah, no importa el pinball entonces. Hay un camino secreto desde Willy hasta la azotea. Bueno, espera.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
¿Qué de los ascensores?
The fuck do elevators have to do with it? Not particularly.
Ni siquiera los
I'm
pintorescos.
not really into old God damn it!
So you know she's
Vale.
not an antiques enthusiast.
Hay un camino secreto.
Don't know it. But also, the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
Es cierto.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
¿Te gusta echar? Creo que va a ser esta. Bueno, y esto también. ¿Te gusta echar el rato en
Who
azoteas?
doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Oye, ¿podemos poner ahí lo de la antena? La antena gigante. ¿Qué tiene
It's
genial esta
very
antena?
powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. The view's pretty bomb too.
Vale, afirmas no haber disparado al mercenario desde la azotea.
Yes, I'm sure.
Ok. ¿Dejaste
And
flores
anyway,
para
as I said
clase en la
before,
azotea?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around.
Clase estaba de
I never
duelo.
did understand
Vale.
why when
No
someone
fuiste tú
dies.
quien dejó las flores.
No, I did not.
Ok. Traficas con drogas para el sindicato que inspecciona tu camión.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
Que se joda.
Maybe twist the knife, just in case. Make her more desperate.
No fue cosa suya, me colé por mi cuenta.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
Eres una criminal, no puedo confiar en nada de lo que digas.
That's your prerogative.
Vale, tenías un incentivo económico para matar al mercenario.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the union.
No lo entiendo nada.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
Vale, más tarde. Aquí habla un poco cthulhuesco.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
Vale, con un poco de suerte con estas preguntas nos ha mejorado lo otro.
It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Vale, tienes un arma. ¿De dónde la has sacado?
The gun store.
¿Qué tiene de
Trigger
arma?
Happy Jacks. What did you think?
Veo que es de bancarga. ¿Tienes alguna otra en algún lugar?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
No es la otra arma que estábamos buscando. ¿Qué clase de arma es?
A Noctway 80 front loader.
That isn't it.
¿Vendes rifles viejos a escondidas?
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often, and you don't want unhappy customers.
Hay otras pruebas de las que quiero preguntar.
Yeah, evidence. Yeah?
More questions before doing anything.
Bien. Mira, presionado durante la charla sobre drogas. Bien. Si tú no mataste al mercenario, ¿quién fue?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Espero que lo estéis escuchando bien con lo del ruido blanco, que no se salga, pero es que aquí no puedo hacer nada.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
He cogido el agua 15 minutos y sigue fría, pero ya no está helada, como me gusta.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Sí, antes ha dicho que lo ha pinchado.
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there.
Ya podemos ir a lo del otro lado, también, a lo del coche.
He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
El domingo por la noche, ¿qué pasó? Cuéntame tu versión.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. She's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal, a leader with no one to lead. She still wants to retain some control of the situation.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it.
Pues bájalo un poquito más.
I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasha comes in, all pale and shuddering.
¿Imagináis que es mala clase también?
She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Vale, ¿te dio la impresión de que estuviera colocada?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Clase dijo que supiste inmediatamente que había pasado algo.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
¿Cómo lo lograste idear un plan así de rápido?
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Esto no lo dijo ella, ¿eh?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person.
Ojo, la trama se complica.
Was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
Un pensamiento muy normal para una persona que está oyendo.
She lied to you about that too.
¿Y no lo pillamos esa vez entonces? La chosca, que ingeniosa.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Vale, ¿crees que ella fue que mató a Lali? Al menos y directamente.
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Vale, si tú no lo mataste, ¿por qué te escondes?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn la puta madre agent.
¿A qué te registras con un agente de la puta madre?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Pero de ella, de clase.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
¿Quién es todo el mundo? ¿Cómo lo
Everyone in
sabes?
Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Vale, pero nosotros también lo sabemos.
Harry Dubois.
Sí.
One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny
Gente de
tie.
la puta madre.
Agent to la puta madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. All of this just means that you're effective.
Tal cual.
Criminals know you and are scared of you.
La puta madre, he oído hablar de él, es peligroso, ¿verdad?
Nah. That I'm not planning to shoot you is the extent of the courtesy I can extend to la puta madre at present.
De todos modos, ¿qué le hiciste a ese tal madre?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Wait, one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might
Vale.
know something.
Cuando llegué a la ciudad había alguien más conmigo, o sea, no sé por qué esto parecía bastante
Yeah,
obvio. Ah,
you
sí.
had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
Que con el escuadrón de la muerte se refiere a los trastornados de... a los de la armadura. Entonces, ¿por qué hacen que no me conocen por algo en especial? O sea, porque es parte del trabajo. Estamos de encubierto. No sé qué fue de
Sure
ellos.
you do. I bet they're just outside waiting. I guess I'll take my chances.
¿Quién estaba en el escuadrón?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady.
Hemos venido con el
The guy
escuadrón de la
looked
muerte,
pretty buff.
con los mercenarios.
He wasn't bad either.
Había dos tipos y una chica. Uno, el de... O sea, la chica no la ha encontrado. O me está ignorando. Y como soy tonto no me he dado cuenta. El otro creo que es el de... el puerto. El que guardaba la puerta, no, el que hacía la manifestación. Pero el otro se refiere al que mataron. No. Ese ya estaba de aquí antes, ¿no? ¿Qué más puedes decirme?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde.
Rubio.
The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are. Literally. Satellite Officer Vicmair looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minnow. We can either take a room here in the Whirling or go home for today. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds
No se quita la peluca rubia.
Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
Vale, Vikemare. Jean Hedelstam. Quita la peluca rubia. Ah, vale, son... Está refiriendo, ahora mismo se está refiriendo a los que están en el Whirling.
Friction, lock, set.
Don't leave me here. Please leave.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me.
¿Sabes algo sobre el búnker de aquí al lado?
What bunker?
El conjunto comunista de aquí atrás.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I said...
Ahora sé que he echado.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
92, vale. Momento de claridad pasajero. Destruir la máquina. 92, no lo fallaremos. Vale. Corre, más rápido. Le da tiempo a desenfundar. No hemos encontrado ningunos cascos, pero si tuviéramos cascos rollo como estos, ¿podríamos evitar eso como ella?
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
Vale, ¿estás bien, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Ahora tienes que tener una buena excusa para que no te vuelva la cabeza que le has hecho daño aquí.
Oh, fuck it.
Bueno, quieta. Retórica desafiante, confía. Sos el agente de madre. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Convencerla para que baje la arma. Y esto es retórica. ¿Cuánto tenemos en retórica? 6. Vertical arte de la persuasión y todo eso. Podemos ponerlo, pero... No sé. De persuasión. A ver, persuasión siempre nos va a venir bien, ¿no? Vamos a ver si podemos bufar esto y luego con esto a ver si nos da algo más. ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
Vamos a ello.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her
Plantearle
options.
alternativas.
You know.
Ya sabes cuáles son. Tal vez podáis oírla. Tengo que seguir el protocolo. Por favor, levantar las manos. Vete y ya está. Tal vez podáis oírla. Es que esto sería más fácil, ¿no? Ya sabes cuáles son. Lo que no sé es si le doy a esta no me va a dejar. Venga, le voy a dar la opción de que se vaya.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity, gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
Espero que esto nos ayude en el futuro, ¿eh?
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Creo que hemos actuado bien.
Good call. Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
Oye, muy bien.
He couldn't take it like you. It irks him. Then he gets over it.
Creo que no fue ella.
Her tent. We should check it out.
¿Esto lo podemos examinar? No. Bueno. ¿Estos son cuadros? ¿Por qué? ¿O espejos? ¿O qué nabos es esto? ¡Ey, cosita! Cosita, bueno. Cosita lindo. Agua oscura se pierde la distancia, no hay salida. ¿Dinerito? No. Duramina 3 de salud. Joder. Me hubieras dado antes. Utensilios de cocina, se ha preparado unas gachas con plátano. Mori. No, tenemos uno que cura 3, ¿no? No hay nada más por aquí, aparte de esto.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately.
Que hemos venido nosotros con el escuadrón de la muerte. Pero ¿quién coño éramos nosotros? ¿Por qué estamos tan fatal?
Pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Mirar dentro.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
A alumbrar los libros con la linterna.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Dar un vistazo a la revista.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More technological
Cuaderno de
digest.
cuero.
One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
Vamos a cogerlo.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
Ok. Haga prisa. Interactuar. Ah, vale. No lo veía. Soy
A
idiota.
thick journal. The cover is worn like someone
Vale,
used
vamos
to
a ir
carry
por
it
orden para
around
intentar sacar
in
todo
their
lo
back
posible.
pocket.
Examinar la portada.
It's made of full grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and
34 llevamos.
engineers.
Ok. Ahora mismo no tenemos puntos extra para poner. Es lo único.
She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded.
Desenrollas la
seriously.
correa.
The journal falls open.
Estudiar la
About
escritura.
2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above.
No nos ha
in
dicho nada.
margins.
Pasa las páginas.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections,
Ujú.
all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Vale, ¿qué tipo de logística?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes.
Mhm.
We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Ok, mientras no te tengas que ir un día. ¿De qué son los diagramas?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Ujú. ¿Algo personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
¿Hasta dónde llegan las
The
entradas?
first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
Escribo el día de la muerte de Lely.
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
Es lo que ha dicho. ¿Algo sobre la puta
That
madre?
name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell.
Ok.
Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre.
Vale.
M is mentioned on March 9th and March
El
15th.
primero, la entrada del 9 de marzo.
Great. M's peon is coming to town. No doubt to investigate.
Porque el 7
the
de
lynching,
marzo es
but also,
la del
I feel it in my
Honkai.
gut to finally put a bullet in my
El
head
peón de M.
while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call?
La llamada. La entrada del 12 de
Been
marzo.
holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people. The boys, for example.
Ya, bueno, los
But
chicos hacen lo que
experience
pueden.
tells me. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened.
Vale, su anterior
He'd
jefe.
have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic.
Ujú. Vale. He subido el foco porque me estaba dando cuenta que estaba como parpadeando un poquito. Y se me ve la mejor. Un poco más rojo, pero como pu.
The entry ends abruptly. The call was a courtesy. He must have held her in high regard to personally tell her he knew about her plan to run drugs for the competition.
Vale, ¿cuál es la entrada más
The
reciente?
most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on
Hemos
the
subido
run,
nivelito.
not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
Cuando volvamos igual no hay camión.
It looks like she might have been framed.
Mejor, porque la hemos dejado escapar, no que me gustaría que fuera el asesino.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting? He thinks. Very rarely
Mira,
does
justo lo que
anyone
acabo de ver.
actually get framed.
Si no fue ella, tal vez hayamos hecho bien en dejarla ir.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her.
Mhm.
Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does.
¿Crees que de verdad soy un agente de la puta madre?
No, I don't
Una
think
tarea,
you are.
el peón de puta madre.
Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
Okay.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting.
¿Quién crees que mató al mercenario?
Could have been Titus. Then again,
Nadie escucha el disparo, nada parece plausible.
maybe
Pero
there's a
Grant no me
hardy boy we've
jodería.
yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him.
Tenía que ser un francotirador, un buen francotirador,
One
¿eh?
thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We
Vale, perfecto. El regresar, el peón de la puta madre. Vale, que están bien llamando. El arma del crimen todavía no la hemos encontrado, pero pone ahí que habrá que esperar. Esto es ahora, junto con esto. Bueno, no, esto no es ahora, esto es mañana. Y esto lo vamos a hacer ahora en el coche. Determinar el origen del disparo, registra la isla en busca de indicios. Todavía no hemos ido a la isla, pero porque todavía no podemos ir. Tranquilos. Vaya pa. Vale, yo diría que vayamos saliendo. Así veo dónde está la entrada esta. Vale, por aquí no se salía. Vámonos. Ahora me da miedo quitarme la pipa. Creo que voy a ir todo el día con ella. Hasta que haya que abrir algo. Ahí está. Como para verlo. Aunque también te digo, igual ir con la pipa todo el día no es lo más normal. Con la pipa fuera, quiero decir. Voy a acercarme hasta aquí para poder... No, aquí no. Aquí a la derecha. Para poder tepearme. Vera Martínez. No podemos. ¿Más abajo? No podemos. ¿Por qué no puedo? Iglesia. ¿Por qué no puedo? Esto no me gusta. Esto quiere decir que tengo que pasar por algún lugar. Y que por eso no quieren que me lo salte. ¿Vamos a tener algún encuentro de camino? Bueno, la parte buena es que seguimos teniendo 2 balas. Voy a guardar que ha salido bien. Dijimos, no sabemos si decírselo o no a la tía esta. Es que no sé yo tampoco si decírselo, ¿no? No me parece todo bueno estar del lado de la empresa esa. Por ahora no. Pam, pam, pam. No sé por qué no nos deja tepearnos.
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend, your weapon. Raindrops slip from the barrels of your Villiers.
Sin huelo peligro ahí adelante.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
Estoy listo.
Good. Be ready to take damage.
Quizás... Vale. Sal de aquí. Pero quizás debería haber usado los objetos. Que los objetos no me deja utilizarlos en... Ah, vale, no, que se ponen automáticamente ahí, ¿no? Pues sí que... Así que... Constitución y nos quita uno de moral. Queda... Uf. ¿Me enchufo? ¿Cuánto tenemos de moral? Vale, de moral estamos bien. Me da miedo lo de darme un lingotazo, pero solo sería uno. No, 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 no. ¿Cómo lo uso? No sé usarlo. Soy estúpido. ¿Bebe? ¿Interactuar? No, aquí no están. Usos restantes... No puedo. Me lo pongo.
Well, hello.
Mirar la botella.
What a solid... Wow. The gods of mass production.
Abre la
There's a
botella.
satisfying pop as the cap comes off.
Un sorbo de nada.
Nothing. Some
Vale, un
golden
lingotazo.
sun melts down your
Constitución aumentada.
Its rays
Okay.
filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach
Vale.
melts from it into a happy, gooey.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills.
From the void we...
Vale, ya está. No vamos a usarlo más, a menos de que haya que... Otra cosa es que me da mucha cosa eso, ¿eh? Herramientas, pipa, aquí. Ahora voy borracho. Pues no tengo la constitución, ¿no? Que Cortenar. Este no lo hemos visto, ¿no? Aquí están los trastornados. Bienvenidos al puto juicio final.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Aquí están los troopers, mis compañeros.
Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
Ahora tenemos más vida.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls. There's something very wrong with him.
Es peligroso. Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful,
Paule.
willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
Corti de Pauli no es clase, aunque se parezca al corte de pelo, no es.
You are all drunk.
Por la voz.
Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street? This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
Ruth Van Cloven. Como si la figura corazón estuviera sollozando.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible.
Hombre enmascarado.
You can hear them.
¿Pero quién es el hombre enmascarado? No lo veo.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
Claro, 2 hombres y una mujer.
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
Vale. ¿Qué hacemos?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Vale. Rolando es el mercenario de las puertas.
To a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy.
Es el líder.
He's the leader.
Se nos acaba el tiempo, es el tribunal mercenario. Exacto. ¿Podemos largarnos o no? No creo que nos deje largarnos, que nos mandaría a la mierda. Alto policía, interponerse.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Ah, vale, que está ahí, hostia, como para verlo.
Pig, fuck!
paso enfrente y te liquido. Estás borracho.
Ah, yeah. Welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it.
Vale, pero parece decir hazlo el que mi pistola o el líder al otro.
Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you. No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just soften him up first. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out
Vale.
first. Get under his skin.
Alargarlo de antemano.
I don't know about this getting under his
Lo de
skin.
cabrearlo tampoco
What
me
if
convence a
he
mitad.
gets under yours? I'm barely keeping your hand from trembling here.
Ujú.
Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea.
92, 58,
Then move down from there.
32.
Please.
Me apetece poner... Vamos, me apetece. Espada recta, pon cara de póker. Compostura. O bufar algo. Coño, estoy nervioso. ¿Quién es? No sabía que fuerais tres. Pensar en un argumento.
All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Crano would never say. I have some trivia, too. Get him interested in facts. You only have time for one argument.
Vale.
Choose wisely.
Es que enciclopedia nos ha venido muy bien todo el juego, pero este solo quiere saber cosas, ¿no? Tengo algunas trivialidades que os interesen en hecho. Vale. ¿Quién está a cargo?
I am a Grinnell Major with over 15 years of live combat experience. When my colonel gets hanged by clay monkeys, I lead the platoon on a retaliation strike.
Así que tú eres de mayor rango.
Nah, I just have the biggest gun.
Technically, the other man has the biggest gun. But we're beyond that now.
Pues el rango más alto. Rey segador.
You're right. But you see, I want it to end in bloodshed.
¿Sabes dónde no lleva armadura? En la cabeza.
Okay, it's not much. But he's thinking about something else. And his hand is off the gun. This did something. Now fire. Fuck them up. Do it. The muscles on your back tense up. Easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out.
Me hiciste hablar, vale. También no fueron ellos.
Who did that?
Probablemente fuéramos nosotros. Necesito un poco más de tiempo para averiguarlo.
You had time to fuck around in that church, to run.
Time is up, loincloth. Give me a name. Now!
Puede que fuera... No, a ver, si lo hemos llamado nosotros.
How fucking convenient.
Disparando desde una gran distancia fue un francotirador.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop?
Pero eso es
How
verdad.
about the kid? Tell me, it was a magic fucking sniper.
Listen, please. This cop and this...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Piensa, ¿por qué no me cree?
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said, we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud, in a public
Alguien disparó,
place.
no murió colocado.
You're lying.
A Kiel Model 40 revolver, 8 rounds in the barrel.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
El arcamiento solo es una tapadera.
Fucking liars.
Pero ha disparado hacia arriba, ¿no?
The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys, the young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head.
Ha fallado porque está borracho porque quería fallar.
I missed.
Not true. He purposefully over-aimed and shot the window. You had him second-guessing himself, only for a...
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
Vamos a ver el arcado. Está complicado, ¿eh? La representante de Walpais es... No sabía que fuerais tres.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner.
Artillero.
The rapist, the killer. What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21. About 50 little... These men served in Seminine. The native islanders. The two little white figures in the end are from when they moved to Revachol. They're recent.
A matar negros casi exclusivamente.
That's right. Plenty of kips here in Revachol, too.
T, let's fucking do it. T.
La representante de Walpais no aprobaría esto. Estoy mirando todo el rato para ver si mejoramos algo
You
de
think
esto.
I care what that company cunt thinks? She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off. Stay cool.
¿Ha ido de verdad?
Don't do anything stupid. The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck, are we still doing it?
Guys, I just...
Hold your ground. Any more of you run out.
They're afraid. All of them. Trembling reeds and... No, the rest will stay. They would hold their ground, even if it means dying here.
Vale, ¿dónde está Clash? Ya puedo explicarlo
Who the
todo.
fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
Estoy de los nervios.
She left.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
¿Cómo que se ha alargado?
She left. Her room's cleaned out. Right before these assholes showed up.
Oye, hablo con huevos, ¿eh? Le pudieran meter un cañonazo ahora
We
mismo.
should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself.
Pero no sabíamos.
Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one.
Vale. ¿Estáis borrachos?
Yes. So what? Nah.
Enough already! What is...
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot.
Vale, lo hiciste hablar, lo hiciste discutir. Venga, va. ¿Vamos a disparar al Cortenaer este? 92.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion.
Vale, mirar a través del humo que sale del cañón.
The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupt in violence.
No lo hemos matado.
Slow, like a
Que no se
waterfall.
llevaría la mano a la cabeza, ¿eh?
There is a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward. Eyes
No
filled
tenemos
with
vida.
rage and disbelief. Gurgling, muttering something unintelligible. His lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady.
No tenemos una bala.
The long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. An Easter AR-FA-7, built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you.
¿Dónde está aquí?
From the corner of your eye,
Entonces
you
su
see
pistola,
the lieutenant
apuntando a Ruth.
raise his pistol, and he's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. In the background, the leader staggers.
Ya la tenemos muy baja, tío. Padea
You
piensa.
stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eyes in the slit of the helmet.
Le da a disparar porque era la opción que teníamos más posibilidades.
On you. 0.4 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the barrel, like a hunt. Is there anything we could use to protect this frail body?
Vemos la armadura.
That gun will tear us to pieces.
Ahora tenemos vida.
He's drunk. Drunk fighters overcorrect. Move right, he aims further right. Get him to overshoot. You leap left.
Vamos!
A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks.
Me he hecho inmortal, no quiero morir, no quiero decir esto.
The man tilts his head, trying to... Watch out! To your left. The pool is a...
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helm. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses.
Vale, hay alguien aquí
A
atrás.
scream behind you. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you.
No podemos
Then he squeezes
mirarle a los ojos.
the look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing.
¿Y los polis que estaban dentro?
But he
No, 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 no podemos morir aquí.
Here it comes. Death.
Le va a ir el disparo. Mejor 3 que nada. Venga, que nos haya dado en la armadura.
There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire.
No tenemos las botas, pero tenemos la parte de arriba. No sé si cuenta.
The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs.
Escuchar a través de la oscuridad y del dolor.
The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Sí, habrá salido Kim, me cago en Dios. Kim más alto sobre nosotros, no me jodas.
The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Hostia, proteger al poli. Vale, nos quedamos con Titus.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
¿Qué partes me faltan?
Most of what's down there.
Me la suda que me follen, oh mierda.
It's all gone. Open your eyes now.
Vale.
You have to see what's happening. Nothing. A persisting darkness.
No veo un cagao.
Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Pero una moca de dolor, nadie quiere hacer nada, cada quien quiere venirse a jugar la comida. Es que no hay ninguna opción buena. Nadie quiere hacer nada conmigo, nadie quiere venirse a jugar. Vivo rápido, muere viejo, hacer una moca de dolor.
Yes, keep talking. Stay awake. Look at me.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it.
Seguimos teniendo una bala. Podemos disparar a De Paul.
with both hands.
Scream immediately. He's gonna die.
Vale. Immediately va a morir. 11.
No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like
Como un
a
animal,
spring
como lo que es
unloaded.
Kim es una
He
bestia,
grabs the
vamos.
gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him.
Los pelos de punta.
You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like
Cero
someone
balas.
pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Quiere volver a la pelea.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over.
No me gustan estas mierdas.
1,000 years ago.
Tengo misiones que
You
acabar.
have laid here forever.
Aquí Gandalf.
He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours. Hurting. Moaning in his sleep.
Me gusta mucho que ponía lo de quién confía en ti y luego quién confía plenamente en ti.
And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs and feeling saliva in his mouth.
Es que era la que más oportunidades teníamos, la otra era un 50. Y no nos hubiera garantizado tampoco nada.
In his wound sleep.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved.
Tal cual.
There was a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world. You're thirsty. Reach for the glass of water by the bed. The world is still there. Sleep some more.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a caprice Kanema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
Vamos, coño.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Nos ha desaparecido lo de eso. No nos hemos desangrado. ¿Es porque llevamos la armadura? ¿O qué?
Sunrise, Parabellum.
Parabellum. Sí, en Parabellum. Subimos de nivel. Todavía podemos hacer cosas, ¿no? A ver, no hemos descubierto quién hizo él. Dame la chaqueta, ¿eh? ¿Qué has dicho del amanecer?
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Isn't that written on your...
Mi arma lo tiene grabado. Cierto es. Mi arma lo tiene grabado. A ver, un segundo.
It served you well.
La guerra es hoy.
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt.
Vale, se ha visto por un momento mucha sangre. ¿Quién ha muerto más aparte del rubio?
I think we may have held it off for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay.
Bueno, creo que tenemos que fallar, ¿eh? La habitación está limpia.
Mr. Guard cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
Ah, claro. ¿Cuánto llevo fuera de combate?
2 days.
2
in
días.
and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and Curse. and drink water.
¿Has quitado la media chaqueta?
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's done with the jacket.
¿Qué pasó?
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued.
¿Eso es cierto?
Yes.
De puta madre, uno menos.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged.
Uno lo esquivé. El segundo no.
Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive.
Vale.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Eugene?
Yes. He's still alive too. You were bleeding out. You said something, I don't know what. And you warned me. I was able to disarm Officer De Paul before she got the jump on me.
¿Desarmar o la reventaste?
Thank you.
Menos mal que tenemos 2 balas y no una, ¿eh?
I killed her. And that's what happened.
No es de noche, ¿eh? No debería estar fumando. Creo que solo fumas uno al día.
This is the one.
Vale. ¿Están todos muertos los 3 contratistas?
De Paul was the last to die. Evrard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate.
Porque iban a tomar represalias si son agentes rogues, como se llame.
Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know.
Un mosquito menos. Puto verano. ¿Cuántas bajas del lado del sindicato en total?
3. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Theo, he was just too old for combat.
Y eso es...
All.
Vale. Menuda puta mierda, Kim.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success.
Bueno, han muerto 3 realmente. Nosotros éramos hijos de puta. Y el Titus dijo cubrir al policía.
But what's done is done. The violence
Así
is
que lo
common.
tendremos en
The
cuenta.
Hornet did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized.
Me imagino que podríamos elegir morir en esa situación también, ¿no? Y que podíamos fallar lo de Kim y que Kim palmas. O hacerlo todo sin tirote. Pero es que teníamos muy bajo lo del eso. Y eso que lo teníamos alto. No sé si era retórica o lo que fuera, pero estaba alto. Lo que más teníamos era eso. Y no sé si era porque teníamos la pipa afuera.
And we are still alive. Both of us.
Yes, marry me. Por cierto, creo que ya lo he dicho en algún capítulo, pero si alguien no se ha dado cuenta todavía, Kim es gay. Es homosexual. ¿No visteis cómo se reía cuando hablábamos con el chaval? Que no lográbamos discernir qué le pasaba. O sea, que era gay y por eso este se descojonaba en plan. Porque tenemos, como decía Hermione, la no sé qué, la inteligencia emocional de un ladrillo.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those 2 armies. His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
Dramamine? Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter bad.
Vale. No nos han reventado. Igual era por la armadura. ¿Cómo de mal estoy?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome.
Hemos cambiado todo menos los zapatos. Seguimos con los del principio del juego. ¿Puedo caminar?
We will see.
¿Estás herido?
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me.
No pasa nada. Tú y yo forever. ¿Ha venido a verme alguien de comisaría?
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name.
Ya
The
lo sabíamos.
asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says.
Bien, no los necesito.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
No has visto ninguno, ¿verdad?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
That means he hasn't seen them around while you were out. They're not really worried about you. If they were, wouldn't they be here?
Mejor que no te alteres más, todavía te duele.
Sorry. He may have some idea, but he's not gonna get into it with you.
Ok.
That's between you and them, he thinks.
Han sido los de comisaría, entonces ¿quién me ha tratado?
I did.
Gracias.
No need.
De acuerdo. Para arriba. Para arriba. Dame un piti. Y vamos para arriba. Para arriba.
Easy now.
Sí, perfecto. Ah, también con las gafas que llevo es que ¿quién no me dispararía?
How are you?
Me siento genial, volvamos al tajo.
He nods.
¿Y ahora qué, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
Bien, porque yo sí. Tenemos que encontrar todavía al tirador.
Do you? Because we can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Yo se ha ido.
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines. Or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
¿Quién mató al arcado?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
Entonces con Valeria Skin las flores. Arrancar la flor y mostrársela.
Every piece of garbage in the city is...
He's wrong.
Okay.
¿Qué del agujero en la pared? ¿Alguien estuvo observando por
I
él?
don't know. That's been there for years.
¿Las malditas huellas?
Yes. God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
Hay una posibilidad del 28% de que el disparo viniera de algún punto lejano.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
Una bala antigua de una Belle Magar 4,6 milímetros. ¿Cómo difíciles de encontrar son?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
Están todos los viejos búnkeres y depósitos de armas de la época revolucionaria, ni más ni menos.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
Vale, es porque soy un...
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this...
That does make some sense.
No, el comunismo no lo mato. Vamos a dejar de decir tonterías. ¿Sabes lo que pienso sobre esto de resolver
He
crímenes?
arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
I'm listening. I'm ready to hear what you think about solving crimes.
Es casi imposible.
It can feel that way sometimes, yes.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
Vamos a rendirnos, a empezar a beber. Aún no estás preparado para darte por vencido, ¿verdad?
No. Are you ready to limp?
Sí, estoy listo.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
The lieutenant did mention doing more ballistics. Also,
Arriba.
it's just close enough to endure the walk.
Deberíamos registrar la habitación de clase en el piso de arriba.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Ok. Eso sigue ahí puesto. A ver qué tenemos por aquí. La ventana de dormitorio de Clash, el peón de puta madre. Tengo ocasión, deberías llamar a la comisaría, vale. Lo tenemos que hacer, que ahora ya podemos. Y han pasado varios días, ¿no? Y a las 10 era lo del otro lado. Esto ya podríamos, porque ha pasado un día o dos, lo acaban de decir, así que esto podríamos. Y esto podríamos también en el coche. De puta madre, aquí ya tenemos, ya solo nos queda la isla. Lo del karaoke, pues que ayer no hemos podido dormir porque estábamos en coma. Vale, de puta madre, pues vaya capitulazo, el más épico que ha ido hasta ahora en la serie. Pues os voy a dejar aquí con la miel en los labios. Mañana seguimos, mañana no hay diablo, seguimos con esto. Así que espero que os haya gustado. A mí me ha encantado el tiroteo. Creí que lo estaba haciendo todo mal, siendo sincero. Pero bueno, mola un huevo. Os dejo y nos vemos mañana. Chao, pescaos.